Hey y'all, welcome back to Homestead. So I'm inside today, and if you hear whimpering, it's my dogs. They're inside. It's raining. Alabama has turned from severe drought to a swamp. Okay, so we're just rolling with it. So I tried to find some content to show you guys today, and I've been on the news, and it's just one thing after the next. It's like, are we on planet Zootopia? I don't know. It's just been down and bad, and one thing after the next lately, and we've had a tough summer. I've told you we've had several passings in the family, and I just want to do something fun. So we're just going to do something fun today. Something fun and totally unrelated to homesteading. But if you like antiquing and you like memories of days gone by, then this is the video for you. So I'm in front of my china cabinet here. I need two, okay? It's stuffed at the bottom, it's stuffed at the top, and I've got dishes all in my cabinets. I really need two china cabinets. Hopefully when we move, I'll be able to have another one. But I want to talk to you about what's in it. And I want to go over this with you guys. And I think it'll be very, very interesting if you've never heard of this before. So, I collect Depression era glassware. And I'm going to show you this today and what it is, okay? So, this book right here is what you need if you ever get into it. Guys, you can find this stuff at thrift stores. That's a good place. Flea markets, I'm going to show you everything I've bought. eBay, I'm going to show you where it all come from, okay? Depression era glassware. I got into this 2 years ago and I got out of it. I've got Pyrex. I've got cut glass. I've got any kind of dish you can imagine. I've started collecting cast iron. I love old cast iron, and I might do a series of videos on that. Just something cheerful and fun. But I didn't know what this stuff was. I went to an estate sale, and it was a lady that was local, and she had bukus of this stuff, and that's where I got started. And the book that she used was right there with it, so I bought the book. I think I got it for 50 cents. If you're getting into Depression era glassware, you need this book, okay? It says Identification and Value Guide. This is from the 80s, I believe. It's not going to be the current value. This stuff is expensive now. Very, very expensive, because guess what? They don't make it no more. So I'm going to show you what I've got in my jumbled up china cabinet here, and we're going to go step by step on what each is. A lot of this you're looking at is cut glass. Ignore it, okay? Cut glass is my favorite. Probably as far as beauty, what means the most is the Depression glass. So in this book here, I have flagged what I have, and I'm going to show you an example. So I'm going to have to do this video in pieces and splice it together to pick up all my dishes. So you turn to a pattern, and it shows you every pattern of Depression glass that was ever made. Now, what is Depression glass? So in the Depression years, in the Great Depression, glass companies weren't selling a lot. They were not doing well. People couldn't afford it. They barely could afford food. So they made all this cheap glass and colored it. And women at home loved it, and they sold it for cheap, and they felt like they were a little bit fancy, you know, instead of crystal that people were used to having, or silver, they made glass. And so now all this stuff is out of circulation because it was only marketed back then. And the women collected it at home, passed it down to their kids. You know how this has been 100 years now. And it has not survived a lot of the centuries and decades. So what you find will be at thrift stores and antique sales. Estate sales is a great place. eBay, things like that. So this is one pattern I've got here. I love this book because it shows you every pattern that was ever made, okay? And this right here is called block optic. That's an easy one to find, and I will tell you what's easy and what's hard because I have religiously searched every pattern. I love to collect stuff. So this one is easy to find, and I like it because it says at the bottom here, colors to date, found crystal, green, pink, and yellow. And then it tells you the years it was made and the company, 1929 to 1933, from Hocking Glass Company. Now, Anchor Hocking. So y'all have heard of Anchor Hocking. Anchor Hocking used to be Hocking. A lot of these companies that you'll see in, like, just like Walmart today, or in the regular stores, you'll see through here and see how they were bought out by which company. If you're a collector, you want Hocking, you want Hazel Atlas. That's a huge thing. And by the way, now my mother got into this more than I did, jadeite. Jadeite's a huge thing as well too. So over here on this side of the page, it'll tell you everything that is known about this glass. Block optic, also known as block. Green was the color most produced. Yellow is difficult to uncover in any quantity. So it tells you what's rare. It tells you everything that was ever made. the dollar value at the time, don't worry about that. And sometimes they'll go on to the other page, but I like that it tells you the colors, what was made in it, in case you're worried about it. Like, just say you find a blue block optic. That's not real, okay? It's a cheap fake, okay? Cheap fake. So, you know it's got to be crystal green, pink, or yellow. So, now I'm going to show you what I have in block optic, and I'm going to show you everything in my china cabinet. So, this is block optic. It's beautiful, y'all. The pictures in the book do nothing to the real deal. So I've got teacups and salad plates, saucers. This is pink block optics. See the blocks? If y'all remember that picture, it's gorgeous. I love teacups. I love it. I wish I had a house full of girls and we could all drink tea all day and have tea parties. I don't have any children. Really don't have any friends. We're out here in the country and people just don't do that kind of stuff. But I enjoy it regardless. Here is the saucer that is pink. See what I was saying? They tinted the glass pink and they sold it. And here is the little salad plate that goes with it. So that's the pink salad plate. You've got the pink saucer and the pink teacup. Now, all this stuff is collectible. If you got in a bind, if you could find this at the thrift store, you could turn around and sell this for good money. Okay? I've spent good money, especially when I was working on all this stuff, and I got addicted to eBay, you know, buying this stuff, but you could always turn around and resell it. If I was strapped for money, would I go be buying this stuff right now? Absolutely not. But it's great to have things, guys, in your home that's valuable. It really is. So that's the pink block optic. Now, here is the prized possession. I have yellow saucers for that. So that was at an estate sale that I found this. I found one or two at the same estate sale. I love the yellow. Guys, for an Easter table setting, a baby shower, it's gorgeous, okay? It's gorgeous. So you can see the yellow and the pink. I bought the pink. Some of it came off eBay and some of it come from the estate sale. I really didn't know what I was getting at the estate sale. I just said, this stuff's beautiful. And my mom said, hey, that's depression glass. It's very, very good. And the people finagled with me on the price and I got it for a little bit of nothing. So that's how I got into this. eBay's going to be your best bet. But it is common to find, especially the pink. You can get a great deal on it if you'd like to start there. So on our next one, let's talk about clover leaf. So I've told you guys I'm Irish. I love anything St. Patrick's, Irish, clover. And this is the clover leaf pattern. If you can see, there's little clovers there. Black is the most elusive, the hardest to get out of this. There was not a lot made. They did make black, pink, crystal, yellow, and green. This is Hazel Atlas. Hazel Atlas. If you see an H or an A on dishes that's old looking, they're worth some money. It was produced between 31 and 36 and out of Clarksburg, West Virginia and Zanesville, Ohio. So this is what was made. There's been no reproductions to date. It'll tell you that in the back. Not a lot of stuff. There was some ashtrays made, a creamer, a sugar holder, salt and pepper shakers, the pair. Let's see, in the 80s, in the black, they were worth $75 to $85 for the pair. Now, when it talks about green, I'm gonna lay this down. The green glass in most of the depression glass is uranium, okay? So if you guys have never heard of this before, this is actual uranium made into this glass. What you can do is put a black light on it and it'll glow. If you go to antique stores, you'll see people walking around with black flashlights and they'll be shining it on dishes and it'll glow if it's real uranium. Uranium has a certain color to it. There's also yellow and blue uranium, but this green color that looks just iridescent green is 99.9% of the time uranium. But here's the clover leaf saucer in it and teacup. This was very expensive. I had to get on eBay for this. This was my elephant piece. This is the one I wanted to get. Okay, but let me show you what else. Now again, I told you I was Irish, so of course I love this more than anything. I ended up with the black. And I have the saucer somewhere in here. I don't know, guys. I guess I've set it down somewhere else. Like I said, I've got to have another china cabinet. I just had it. But anyways, this is the black with the clover. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. This uranium or this, I don't eat out of because it's so precious to me. I paid a lot of money for this stuff. Now, the uranium a lot of people say in modern time, you know, if it's chipped or it's damaged, don't eat out of this, don't drink out of this, because you can get uranium in your body. They say especially pregnant women. If it's not chipped, not harmed, it should be fine. Use your own judgment. The black is not uranium though. But with the black, I know I just had that saucer somewhere, guys. I've got way too much here. I found a sugar and creamer in it. This was very expensive, but see the Clovers. It's St. Patrick's Day, I'll put this out. I just love it. And I also, now remember, I told you that the sugar or salt and pepper shakers were $85 even in the 80s. Here is a set that I found, salt and pepper shaker. The only problem that would knock off on this, see the tops are dented. So that's I hate that. But for the price, I bought them and I just love them, okay, with all my black and uranium out for St. Patrick's. So that is the clover leaf. We went over block optic and clover leaf. Next, what I have, Columbia. So let me see if I can show you this. This is very, very easy to find. You can find this at thrift stores. You can find this at flea markets. You can find it on eBay, and the price is not that bad. So this is the Columbia. I love the square plate. And it's from 38 to the early 40s, and this is Federal glass. You'll see a lot of Federal glass too. That's very, very good stuff. Not a lot was made, but what was made was all like a place setting for the dinner table. It said first issued in pink in 38 and quickly changed to crystal. But it's in crystal, green, and pink. I've never seen the green. That would be interesting. Now in the Columbia, I have an entire place setting for the table. So this is the Columbia in the crystal. It's gorgeous. I've got little bowls here. See the little dots that go out just like the picture. I have a saucer. And then I have the dinner plates. The dinner plates are just gorgeous, guys. Gorgeous. This stuff, I mean, we'll eat on. And then I'll get in a habit where I just want to throw everything in the dishwasher. But I mean, I like to break it out. I like to use it. There's nothing prettier than a table with that. And I know, at holidays, people always get on to me. They want me to use paper plates. They want me to use plastic cups. And I understand for convenience. It's so much easier. But when you spend this much time and money collecting this stuff, you want to show it off. You just feel good. You want to use it. And I like to use this crystal. It's just so feminine. And it's something about the old ways and the old days. And it didn't take much to make women happy back then. You know, I mean, just a beautiful little crystal thing. But now we want plates that are flowers or roosters or something else. And this is timeless. This is gorgeous. And it just reminds you of better days gone by. All right, now probably the largest amount of depression glass I have is Dogwood. You'll see this one everywhere you go. This is very easy to find. It's beautiful around Easter. So it's a pattern of Dogwood, as you can tell. It was produced between 30 and 34 by Macbeth Evans Glass Company. They didn't have a lot, but what they did was beautiful. And to me, the glass consistency, the texture is just different than everything else. And I'll show you in a second. They made Cremax, pink, crystal, green, yellow, and Monax. So these other colors are going to be off the wall. What you're going to find a lot of times are pink in this. It's also called apple blossom or wild rose. I could see it being an apple blossom. It's just very springy, but they made a ton of stuff in it. I'm trying to see if it continued on the other page. It does not. Tons of stuff. I'll show you Dogwood. All right, so to start, I've got my teacup here in the pink. And you can see the Dogwood, but the glass is just different. It's etched into, but there's such a pattern. You can see it's even got a little Dogwood bloom on the inside. It's just different. I don't know how to describe it. I've got bukus of those teacups. I have bukus of the saucers in the pink Dogwood. Relatively cheap, easy to find. I've got little condiment bowls in the Dogwood. And then I have salad plates. So there's the clear. Maybe you can see it better. Beautiful, beautiful, guys. It's just so gorgeous. I do not have any clear cups. And then I have, trying to see here, where's my pink? It's somewhere at the bottom here. I've got a stack of these plates. There's the pink. You can see the pink one. It's got just a little cast to it. So that is Dogwood. See the pink shade? But I've got the clear, I've got the pink, and it's so easy to find. You can find a lot of stuff in Dogwood. Very, very easy. Okay, next, besides Cloverleaf, the hardest one that I have had trouble finding is Doric and Pansy. And when you talk about money, this is money, okay? So, Doric and Pansy is this right here, the top piece. It's got the squares up top that rotate, and then Pansy stuck all in it. The bottom down here is just Doric. This was made between Doric and Pansy was 37.38. The original was Doric in 35 by Jeanette Glass Company. That's another one. The Doric colors found to date are green, yellow, delphite, topaz, crystal, pink, and blue opaque. Doric and Pansy has crystal pink and ultramarine. So the reason this is so hard to find is because they make this ultramarine color. I'm going to show you that. They start off by showing you Doric, just the squares. This is a little serving tray. I love to put deviled eggs on this or pedophores, anything like that. It's just beautiful. It's just got your squares, and I love the little tray here. It's pink, and it's so dainty and so gorgeous. Guys, I'm getting all this out. We're gonna start eating off this every now and then. It just makes you feel better, okay? You feel bad when you're doing all the dishes by hand, but it makes you feel better. But this is Doric, and I love the center symbol there. I love the square plates. Back then, they were all about the square plates. That was a big thing. Now, let me show you Doric and Pansy. I'm gonna step out of the camera really quick so I don't have to slice this one together. That was pink, and remember I told you the Pansy had pansies all in it. This is Doric and Pansy, ultramarine. Look at this. This is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. I've got cups and saucers. I'm going to show you one. This is the saucer. There's something on every little inch of this, and it's engraved. I mean, you can see there, it's just, I mean, it's the prettiest thing. And then there's your teacup. Oh, that ultramarine color is unique, and it's so expensive. You're talking eBay, you're talking a lot of money. This is not uranium. This is this teal color, but if you can find any depression glass in that color, that's very, very rare. I'd grab it up, especially if you were at a thrift store somewhere or a flea market, if it was reasonably priced. If you're standing there in the thrift store or flea market, get on eBay. See what it's going for, type it in, and you'll kind of get an idea whether you're getting a good buy or not. But this one, to me, is the prettiest that I own. So here's something very common that you guys will probably see. This is forest green. That's the pattern. And there's also a ruby in this as well. This was from the 50s to 67. This is Anchor Hocking. And I have everything in this. I've got juice glasses, bowls. I've got saucer. I've got everything. Okay, dishes. This I bought at the estate sale for a bargain. Okay, but it's got that pattern on the back. See that? And it's what they used in the 50s for Christmas. That's going to be a huge Christmas thing, 50s and 60s. And it's relatively cheap. So in the 50s and 60s, that's when depression glass stopped. Usually a lot of this is stopped in the 30s and 40s. So to have glass even being made in the 50s and 60s is still a good thing, but that's when they were transitioning. I just wanted an older place setting for my table. Now, let's talk about the harp. This was made in the 50s. I love this. This is the harp, and they made only certain things: a vase, tray, plate, cake stand, saucer, cup, coaster, ashtray. In the harp, it's pretty rare to find. It has gold around the edges, gold leaf, I guess, all around the edges with crystal colored. It says they also made light blue, crystal with gold rims, and then plain crystal. If you find the light blue, you better grab it up because I've never seen that. But the crystal with the gold rims was popular. I'm going to show you that. So I have an entire set of cake plates. This is it. Oh, see the harps. The pictures do not do it justice. See the gold on the edge. You have to be careful though, washing it. And then here's the cake plate. It is just stunning. The bottom is lined in gold, and so is the top. If you see that, that's where the glass was put together, okay? All this stuff had imperfections. You'll even see bubbles in the glass. It's not made like today. And that's what makes it so unique. And it's just, oh, it's just beautiful, the harp. I use this every Christmas. This comes out and I put my cake on it. I just love it. Yet again, it's so feminine. And this is beautiful at St. Patrick's Day with all the clover leaf as well, with the harp like it's Irish. Next, let's talk about holiday. This is Jeanette Glass Company, and it's from 47 to 49. This is when it's kind of transitioning. crystal pink, shell pink, and white, which is opaque. They made a lot of it. It's also called buttons and bows. It's a lot going on. The more pattern I like, the better. And this is one that I have. And guys, most of what I'm showing you is just one. Most of this I have multiples in. This is the buttons and bows, and it is just stunning. This is the pink. It is just, oh, you can see it's textured. It's cut into it. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. Buttons and bows, also called holiday. Now, the number one thing y'all are probably going to relate to this is going to be iris. Iris is 28 to 32, but you're probably used to seeing iris and herringbone. They made an amber iridescent pitcher or a vase. You'll see this in a lot of mama's homes and grandpa's homes. You'll see this. That was very, very, very popular. I've got this, but it's buried up under all that. That amber is number one that you'll find with that. So let's see what else we've got. Lorine. Oh, another beautiful one. This one is very intricate, and it's got a basket on each side, and you'll see little flowers coming out of the basket. This is from Indiana Glass, and it's from 29 to 32. They made crystal, green, and yellow. That was it. Not a lot that they made in it. And I've got, let's see here, guys. There it is, right behind me. This is Lorine. Again, this is one of my favorites. This is the yellow, which I don't have a lot of yellow dishes. The yellow is hard to find for me. You can see on the saucer here, see the baskets up close, if you can with the light. It's beautiful. It's got a beautiful intricate pattern on the back. Cups have the baskets everywhere. The yellow is bright. It's just a beautiful, beautiful color. Okay, one of the more expensive ones is going to be eBay only, unless you're very, very lucky, is Mayfair Open Rose. It has a rose in it. Now, I have a huge bowl, a serving bowl of this that's pink. That was some pretty money there. It's 1931 to 37 by Anchor Hawking. They made blue, pink, crystal, yellow, and green. All I have seen has been yellow, pink, and crystal. I'd love to see the blue, but there is that. It's gorgeous. I'm not going to get the serving bowl out, but I will show you the little juice glasses here. And it's got a rose on it. And it's just so, so pretty. Again, that's the pink. Guys, I bought a lot down through the years. I really have. And this has been a lot of money collecting it. And I hope that it will, you know, hold up. If not, I enjoy it. All right, guys, so we're winding down. One of the last ones that I have is Patrician. 1933 to 37 by Federal Glass. It has like a wheel shape. And it was also called spoke, like the spokes of a wheel. So I have that in multiple pieces here, and this is one. Back here, this is not a square plate. This is going to be your round. That's the yellow. Now there's some knife wear where people actually use this every night to cut on. They had their dinner on this, but this is it, and it's still very collectible. It's very pretty. I've got two of those plates. At minimum, I'd say you'd pay $8 a plate for these. That's just, you know, if you're a collector. But it is very, this one's round. Everything's round on it. Now, this is a fun piece. Peanut butter. This was made in the 50s. I have never been able to find one of those plates. It's so intricate, and I told you I love the intricate designs. But they made crystal and tumblers and milk glasses. So, this is what I have. And now these also, peanut butter is actually sold in these jars, okay? This is the peanut butter. I love the peanut butter. There's those little cups. I've got a glass in it. This is rare to find that. Like a goblet. You know, it's just beautiful. A lot of diamonds, checks, very 1950s. I also have, I think that's just it. It's the three peanut, oh, I've got the amber in it as well. Gorgeous. And my book only says crystal, so I don't know if this is a redo or what, but I got it because I liked it. So that's peanut butter. Next, let me show you this. I'm not going to read off the year, but it's in my book, and I'll wind it down, is pineapple. Pineapple is one of my favorites. It is so intricate, and it is so beautiful, and I have tons of stuff in the pineapple. And it's relatively easy to find. It's expensive, but it's not too bad. So this is the dinner plate. Look at the pineapple. I don't know why it's called pineapple. I guess the center part maybe looks like a pineapple, but it's got little flowers all over it. And just look at the back, the engraving. Oh, it's just beautiful. I've got this compote dish here. You can't see that in the camera. Let's see if I can get this back in here. I know y'all are holding your breath that I don't break anything. I'm holding mine too. And I really don't have them displayed the best, but it'll work for right now. This is the compote dish. And I love the shape. Look at the triangle shape, or the diamond shape. It's just beautiful. I also have serving platters of those. Now that's all cut glass on top of that. Here's the serving platters here. I've got two. I've got this one. You still see the pineapple. This is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then I have this one right here. That's in like a 3-tiered thing that you can serve on. Love the pineapple. I've got more, I'm sure I've looked over. I know I've got Madrid. I've got some other ones. But guys, that was kind of an overview. And again, I've got tons of other cut glass. I love cut glass. So if y'all enjoyed this video, I may do one on the cut glass and go through all this. Star of David is huge with cut glass. Pyrex, we've got china right here. I've got teacups that are, it's bone china, and I forget where it's from England. Somehow it's got the prints on it. Again, I've got Paragon. I've got just tons of stuff. But it's fun, and it's dainty. And you can see I've got the diamond stuff a lot, and I love the diamond shape. So anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Maybe it brought back some good memories of Grandma's house. Maybe y'all remember some of this or seeing her dishes. And I collect it, and that's just what I do. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next time on Harmon Homestead.